Last week I mentioned that I arrived at my song of the day after a detour from another artist entirely. Their cover of Der Kommissar wasn't an odd aberration either. It turns out that today's Song of the Day artist made pretty much a lot of her career out of mining international foreign language hits and translating or reinterpreting them for a Western audience. And as some of you guessed in the comments last week, I'm talking about Laura Brannigan, and our song this week is Self-Control. So, grab your Phantom of the Opera mask and an Italian to English dictionary and join me for this week's 80s Song of the Day. Laura Brannigan was an American singer and songwriter born July 3rd, 1952 in Mount Kisco, New York. She began her career as a backup singer, most notably touring Europe with Leonard Cohen in the mid-1970s, before launching her solo recording career. It seemed pretty early on in her career that Laura Brannigan found a winning formula. If a song had already been successful in another country, in another language, surely an English version stood a chance at being successful too. In the much larger pre-internet world of the 1980s where there was no Google, it wasn't always obvious to casual listeners just who wrote a song or if it had been performed by somebody else. Foreign language songs were, to a good part, inaccessible unless you were a part of that community. Branigan did really well, as I said, mining the catalogues of foreign artists and repurposing them into English language hits. Take, for example, probably her best-known song, the international hit Gloria, from her debut album Branigan. Originally written and performed by Umberto Tozzi, released in 1979. And then there was another of her signature songs. 1984's Ti Amo was also penned by Tozzi. In 1983, she released Solitaire, written and originally performed by French singer Martine Clemenceau. And Deep in the Dark was the cover of Falco's Der Kommissar, hence our link to last week's Song of the Day.
Hidden up his sleeve, but never mind, 'cause love is blind and she needed to believe. His touch could thrill, he held her safe from harm. If looks could kill, she'd have died there in his arms. Deep in the dark, thunder in her heart. He told her.
Although it seemed people preferred After the Fire's English translation rather than Brannigan's reinterpretation, at a time when she was having hit after hit record, that one actually failed to chart anywhere. And even our Song of the Day, Self-Control, which became one of her defining singles, was originally written and performed by Raff. His full name was Raphael Riafoli. Despite the fact that Gloria is undoubtedly her most played song, I mean, you could likely hear it 3 times a day on some of the radio stations around here, and reaching number 1 here in Australia and number 2 in the US, Self-Control is her best charting song, reaching number 1 in Austria, Canada, Finland, France and Germany, number 2 in Ireland, number 3 here in Australia, number 4 in the US, and number 5 in the UK. A truly global hit for Branigan, and it remains deeply associated with her legacy. The album, also called Self-Control, reached number 23 on the US Billboard 200 and it was certified platinum. Branigan's career slowed in the 1990s and she ended up retiring from music to care for her ailing husband until his death from colon cancer in 1996. And as I said last week, like Falco, we lost Branigan too soon as well. She passed away in 2004 in her sleep, dying from an undiagnosed brain aneurysm. So there you have it, Self-Control by Laura Brannigan. That's your 80s song of the day. I hope you enjoy it and you'll have the self-control to join me next time for another 80s song of the day.